We gotta look at the new body type B characters from the new Tekken. And it's absolutely hilarious because it's exactly what Grooms and I have been saying. Japan is not immune to the woke culture, it's just 4 years behind. And as you can see, when you look at these characters, like everyone is pointing out, dude, this is the character of a guy, and they just swapped the face. Like, that's it. That's what they did, right? Like, this is the male character. And you can see this when you're comparing the hitboxes. Like, it's literally that. Like, it's a male character's body, a male character's anatomy, and it just has the head swiped, right? And the animations as well, like the AAA studios was guilty for this. You know, when you animate the character, there's a way that women walk, like their body language exists, and then there's a way that male body language exists. I can't really put it into words. I can't really describe how men walk and how women walk. But like, if you see it incorrectly, it's like this uncanny valley. And AAA studios have done this a lot. Like, they would use a male actor to do the mocap for the female characters as well. And it looks absolutely horrible. To the point where people were basically saying, look, you're trying to sneak trans people in. This is exactly what you're doing, and you're erasing femininity. Because you're not doing this with one or two characters. Like, you're doing it consistently and across the board. And you go at various game development conferences, and you're actively stating that you're trying to do this. It's called the gender abolition movement. Like, the very idea that there is absolutely no difference between a man and a woman besides cosmetic. And most of your customers don't agree with this. Like, in fact, they don't even care what the customers have to say. Because if the customers disagree, then they're bigots and they're evil people. And they end up just alienating their customers through their community managers. Because you got, like, the community manager, you know, if you say that this is absolutely ridiculous, this looks ugly, this is not something that I would spend money on, you have the community manager coming out and saying, oh, you're gooners, you got cum brain, blah, blah, blah. Like, just insults after insults, attacking their community, alienating their customers further, and ending up with a game that no one wants to buy. Even trans people don't want to buy it. Like, I actually do have a couple of trans people that I speak with, and they tell me, it's like, look, when I play a video game, I want to play as a female character. Like, I already am a guy in real life that identifies as a woman. I have a male body and I identify as a woman. Why would I want in a fantasy section to have to replay my emotional issues? It's like, no, if I'm playing a fantasy session, I want to play as a woman. And so, as you can see, you know, like I guess like body type beefication, you can call it, where you have like broad shoulders, strong jawlines, no ass, very small breasts, and all of this is done in order to promote gender abolition and also to shame straight men for their sexuality. You know, people keep complaining about the birth rates, and they keep putting this on men. It's like, okay, fine, but we live in a society where if a man says, okay, well, this chick is hot, immediately they get attacked saying, oh, so you're like a porn brain, you're a coomer, you're whatever. Even though it's like a fully dressed woman, and she's like legitimately hot. And people are attacking him just for expressing his sexuality. Like, I'm sorry, this is not normal. You know, if a woman says that a football player like Ronaldinho or Messi is hot, or a famous actor, Ronaldo Bloom, is hot, no one is supposed to shame her for that, right? Like, she's just expressing her sexuality. It's normal, it's healthy. But what they are doing is they're using entertainment to constantly shame and belittle men for being straight guys. It's like, I'm sorry, straight guys are attracted into fat tits and big asses. It is what it is. And so, will this game fail to sell? I don't fucking know. It's a fighting game, right? Now, it's not like a on-off switch, where if the characters are ugly, it means the game doesn't sell. No, it's pretty much like, if you make aesthetically pleasing characters, you can probably get like 15 or 20 more % of sales. If you insult your fan base, if you call them coomers and whatnot, you lose some of those sales. If you make ugly, unlikable characters, you lose sales. It doesn't mean like you're not making a profit. It just means like there were probably like 5 or 10% of the sales that you can buy. Like I know people that actually bought what was it called? Blaze Blue or Grand Blue. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, right? Another fighting game. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. They bought that game simply because it had 2-bit-year automata and it was hot. Right? So like that's still an impulse buy. That's still a purchase that someone made. And that's a valid customer, right? Like I don't know anyone that has seen a fighting game that has like sexy female characters like Juri from Street Fighter or Stellar Blade or anything like that, and people will be like, well, I would like to buy it, but the women in this game are too hot. No one says that. However, like, you would have a person that would overlook a game, but simply because they find massive character appeal or they see like a very pretty female character that they like, and that convinces them to buy the game simply because of aesthetics alone. And you're basically telling those people no. You're basically telling those people we're not going to give you what you want. And so, what ends up happening is that this is also a symptom of a larger disease. Like, normal game developers, normal people do not create characters like this all across the board. Like, it's one thing to have one character like this. It's another thing to have two. But when every single character looks like this, it's an ideological rot. And it's part of an ideology that doesn't promote excellence, doesn't promote merit, and doesn't promote competency. They're not even remotely interested if a person is competent or not. And so what happens is it has usually a very toxic work environment. Like woke ideology is hyper-focused on grievance, on grifting, nepotism, especially race-based nepotism. That's their priorities. And so you end up with a system where artists aren't allowed to do whatever they want. They have to draw things that are actually ugly and not nice to look at. And so it crushes their spirit. Absolutely crushes their spirit. And you end up with all the good people leaving. And you end up with what happened with the video game industry in the West. Collapse after collapse after collapse. Studios shut down. Things not working well because people don't buy it. You know, like, if everyone that actually supported this, because there's a lot of people on Twitter that do support it, if they were to actually buy the games, maybe it would actually work. But, like, no one is interested in buying the games. That's the big issue. And so, regarding Tekken, I don't know, like, I guess if the gameplay is good, right? But it's probably going to hurt esports. No one wants to watch this, okay? Like, no one is interested in paying money to see this. It's a fictional character that doesn't look like fiction. It's an escapist character that doesn't allow me escapism, and it reminds me of fucking California now. And it's fucking uncanny and distracting. And again, you know, like, if you want to have a trans character in the game, that's fine. But, like, when every single female character looks like a body type B Democrat, and they're saying, no, this is actually a woman, shut the fuck up. It's like, well, now it's insulting and gaslighting. Like, I'm sorry, people are noticing. And that's why it upsets them more. Like, gaslighting upsets people more than if you were to just be honest and tell the truth. Anyway, right, this is my take. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.